We ready.
War ready. We ready. We ready.
For war.
Week 5 matchups. Arizona Cardinals 3-1 travel for the second time. Rematch Tampa Bay Buccaneers 4-0. One of the primetime games of the week. Arizona Cardinals, the Super Bowl defending champs, going up against the 4-0 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Then we slide on down. We keep looking at that schedule right now. And the game that you got to talk about is the 3-1, the just losing Dolphins. 3-1. Miami travels to Philly, Philly, to take on the much-needed win of the Coach Rob and those Philadelphia Eagles in Philadelphia. Then you keep on sliding down and you just keep looking and saying where we can find a game at. But the turnaround season, two teams that are 500. Indianapolis Colts 2-2 going up against Drew, and them 49ers right now. Who's going to turn it around right now? 2-2 versus 2-2 matchup right now. And as we keep on, we go look at some of these matchups, man. And who's ready right now? I don't know who's war ready. I'm just trying to figure it out right now. Somebody's war ready, so let's go look at the schedule. Ravens and Bengals, 3-1 Ravens versus the 3-1 Bengals right now to find out who's going to have first place in that division this season. At this point right now, both of them got one loss on the season right now. So we got to figure it out. That's a big matchup between Coach AntHits, the franchise guru, against Circle Bob. One of them going to get the win. But then that next game, 3-1 Arizona traveling, the Super Bowl champion travel to Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. Two teams that won a Super Bowl in their home stadiums will match up season 3, week 5 for supremacy in the NFC right now. They fighting to be known as the top dog in the NFC. And who's going to see who it is right now? You've got a couple teams over there that's, hanging on to that as well. Dolphins, Eagles, this is a big game. This is a must-win for Philadelphia. Coach Rob, a little pressure is on him right now. They at 500 right now, and it's not panic mode. You at 500, you're sitting in a good situation. There's a whole bunch of football left. But, Jonathan Taylor just got him over there to join the triplets, to turn into the triplets 2.0. The triplets 2.8. If you want to call it that, if he won that 2-8 over there. Can he get it going, get caught up to this offense to better get it going against the Miami Dolphins, the hot, on-fire Miami Dolphins at that right now, man. If you look at some games, Bears versus Saints, can we see an upset here? This could be a trap game right here for the Chicago Bears, in my opinion. We keep it moving. Jets, Cowboys, don't know if this game will be played, but if this game not played, then them Cowboys are sitting pretty with one loss and got an opportunity for a quick steal right here. This could be a steal win right here. Rams, Panthers. We know this game will get played. McCoy and them want to get back on track after having pretty much a bye week and getting the first win last week. They get another user game right now. Those Panthers are close. They watching that Bucks and that Cardinals game because they sit in one game behind the Bucks right now. The game of the week probably will be the Giants versus the Broncos. The last time these two teams met up, the New York Giants won the ball game right now, so I know Coach Jimbo and those Broncos mile high, that no-fly zone coming in there to get challenged to that wide receiver group, and DK Metcalf and the boys, the NOW nasty wideouts, the NWO boys over there. So we'll see how that's gonna match up. You got the no-fly zone versus the NWO. Raiders, Chiefs. Man, I don't know. If Falcons, Lions game that we won't be. It won't be a broadcast game. This game will not be on no major network, no major station whatsoever. Jaguars, Steelers either. Browns, Titans, not so much. Vikings, Chargers, and football team Packers. Unfortunately, because they're in DC and they're going to Green Bay over there, this game might have a little broadcast to it. But we don't know what's going on with the Packers and their GM right now. They got 35 wide receivers and 35 corners, so we have no idea what they're doing over there. Patriots and the Bills and shit. The coach over there threw a tantrum for the New England Patriots right now, so the winless Bills might go out there and get a dub in this game. Who knows? 2-2 coach versus the 2-2 49ers. It's a big game. This is a highlighted game. This will be our spotlight game right now. So who's gonna win? Can Mike continue to turn it around? He had a setback against the Steelers. And he turn it around right now. Coach versus 49ers. And then the Mud Bowl, Texas versus the Seahawks. The Mud Bowl, Bobby Boucher. Texas versus the Seahawks. I'm talking about. I don't know who's ready, but they talking like they are over there. So we'll see. Big time matchups we're going to have to deal with. So let's check it out, see what happens. I don't know who's going to do what, when, where, and how. Alright, so I'm saying excuse me. Nothing Aaron Rodgers is still in Green Bay, right? No, real life, bro. Real life. Alright, because I just seen some shit on YouTube right now that made me think otherwise. Ooh, don't scare me like that. Don't scare me like that. We don't want to be scared like that. Alright, that's the schedule, man. We see who's doing what, when, where, and how right now. So let's get into a little bit of these games. That's the matchup games right now. So let's talk about the Arizona Cardinals, our Super Bowl champions, defending their championship, and they're heading to Tampa Bay right now. So let's get into that and dig into these two teams for a second right now. When you think about, matchups, the first thing it starts with is the signal callers. Alright, now let's look at the Buccaneers signal callers. Jerry Bradshaw is being mentored by Tom Brady right now. Let's admire the fact that this guy's been in the league for 23 years. How old is he? Look up there, sweetheart. Tom Brady been in the league for 23 years. He gotta be 47. I mean, this guy's 46 years old, still playing football right now. This shit's ridiculous. That's Ralphie right there, bro. Oh my God. But he's not playing football. We all know that. What he's doing is he's mentoring. He ain't even in his number no more. He's a uniform coach. That's what he is, pretty much. He's a player, personnel, some shit, whatever you want to call it. But he's doing a good job right now. And it sucks because Jerry Bradshaw can't get from underneath Tom Brady right now, because the talk is not about Jerry Bradshaw and how well he's doing. The talk is how well Tom Brady is mentoring Jerry Bradshaw right now. Y'all know Jerry Bradshaw, man. He's coming from the Blonde Bomber and shit. That's his kid, Terry, the dude that be on one of them Fox Sports or something like that. You know the old Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback that threw to Eric Swan and guys like that. Won a couple Super Bowls out there as a Pittsburgh Steelers coach. Or his child is over here in Tampa Bay, and they building a old Pittsburgh Steelers way of playing. They got a coach that's coming from that tree where Mike Tomlin's tree. So they bring in that Pittsburgh Steelers feel over there. Can they have that type of Tampa curtain? They're going to still Tampa Bay. What can we call it? We can't call it the steel curtain over there, but their defense is pretty solid over there, enough that they, really don't give up too much of anything. And not to get away from it, but yeah, Jerry Bradshaw is having a complete great year right now, 78% on the season, 332.3 yards a game right now, 137.3 QB rating, averaging 11.5 yards a play. His longest play has been 92 yards, and he's been sacked 8 times. Now, you know, Tom Brady is trying to teach him to be a pocket passer. You know, that's what he is. He has dual threat capability. I'm not sure if those sacks are given up because, you know, people getting to him 8 times, or the fact that he is more dual threat and he can run the ball some, that he's getting sacked, you know, in those situations where maybe he might hold the ball a little longer because he trusts his feet. So I don't know, because I do think that offensive line is stout and they hold up. But he's definitely carrying the torch right now, and he's definitely running this offense at a high level right now. But when it comes down to those two quarterbacks right now, I'm going to give the edge to Kyler Murray, the Super Bowl champ. I'm giving him the edge because he's been there, done that before, and this kid's a rookie. Now, when you playing a game like this where you got the Super Bowl champs coming in the building, playing the Tampa Bay Bucks, who is one of the better teams in the league, you got a quarterback that, to me, I think at this point, you can't call him super young at this point. He had a whole year to develop behind Tom Brady. As you can see, that paid off. That's why this guy's playing at a high level right now.
Yeah, and we got a heavy rain game too, so everybody's attributes is down.
What the attributes is down?
Yep.
What they saying? How many plus negatives and shit going on?
I'll tell you right now, I didn't click on me yet.
So it's raining all over the East Coast right now, because it's a big rain game in Baltimore as well. So, you know, when you talk about the rain game, then that means you go to the guy, the MVP of the league, twice, and you go to Ronald Jones in his backfield over here. Again, I think they got some guys that they can get the football to. They got a few of them with Nyheim Hines over here and Bus Bettis, the young rookie. I can't listen to this song right now. Fuck that. That's my shit, but I can't listen to it right now. Alright, so heavy rain game. We know the weather is going to be a problem right now. And I think that will cause for both teams to really be in their run bag a little bit more. You're going to have to run the ball. The ball going to be wet and heavy. And it's not going to be easy to really fling it all over the park and all that, but I still do think, you know, with the arm of Bradshaw, I do think he can throw the ball still at a high level in the rain because he has a cannon of an arm. But I do think that changes the complex of this game. I'm not sure, you know, how much the quarterbacks are going to be Mr. Flinging them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're still going to throw the ball. They're going to have to because they both got really good defenses, and I just don't think they can just line up and not use their full offense. I think both these teams are good enough to make each other use their entire offense and not just be one dimensional. Huh? Yes, ma'am. Alright, so with that being said, you're looking at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We know they got the MVP of the league, two-time MVP of the league in their backfield to better handle this weather. Now you go to the Cardinals and you look at Kyler Murray and what he's doing. He's very efficient as well with 12 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 66%. He's been sacked 10 times. He's averaging 326.8 yards a game as well. In the rain game, we've been seeing Kyler Murray starting to use his feet a lot more in this Cardinals offense. I told y'all last year that this fast fury rate is Peyton Manning, you know, getting him to be really good at the line of scrimmage and reading coverages. And, you know, they got a mix of the air raid. The fast part of it is the way they call plays and how they get in and out of things. And then you got the, you know, the fury part of it is just right here. Kyler Murray starting to use his feet. We saw it in the Super Bowl. We saw it week 1. We saw it. So we know that they will design runs for this guy. And I think that can be a key factor into the game against the Bucks. They have a really good linebacker core, fast enough to, you know, be able to use those guys and not have to sacrifice and bring DBs down. At the sub linebacker position, they can keep their linebackers on the field, especially Devin White and Devin Bush. These guys manage to get the same two linebackers in the same draft class that both ran 4.4s or under, right? Both of them are on the same team now, Devin Bush and Devin White. Simple as that, right? And they're on the Bucks defense right now. And on the flip side of it, you got Isaiah Simmons, the man in the middle, who is a man-child at middle linebacker. So it's some stars are running around on this field. And I don't think the rain is going to really kill the momentum of this game. I think it's going to be a really, really good game. But who can make the better plays in the passing game, to me, will come out victorious in this game. So I do give the slight edge to Kyler Murray, and I'm saying slight edge because they both got two things that can help them in a heavy rain game, in a downpour, and it's that Florida rain. So you know how that shit come. That shit be like damn near hurricane rain. But I think 98 throw power can fling that shit. It can cut through that wind and that rain, and then Kyler Murray's feet will be his his savior. So they both have some pluses that I like when they playing in the rain. Now the Cardinals offense, the way they throw the ball, and how they throw the ball through that spread out situation over there. Can they maintain that in the ring? A lot of touch passes. You're gonna see some jet sweeps. You're gonna see a whole bunch of offense over there where you got to better stop the RPO game. You got to stop a lot of everything over there. So that's a whole lot of information for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to process in and be able to keep everything in front of them. So I like this offense again. Fast and Furious raid. That shit's different over there. When you come to the run game of the Cardinals, they have a 2,000-yard back in their backfield. So along with Kyler Murray as well, they brought in Gus the Bus to do some fullback work for them, and be able to cut in some carries for Tyson Williams. They teaming them two back up again. At the end of the day, this Cardinals team got a whole bunch of Baltimore backfield players, Baltimore cast-offs. But what you know is you got a guy that's going to be blocking for a guy, and a guy that's going to be splitting carries with a guy that's familiar with that guy. They come from the same team. So again, Tyson, 49 carries, 316 yards, 6.4 years, averaging 6.4 yards a carry at 79 yards a game. And you look at Tampa Bay, and as much as they are, working on their passing game, and their quarterback is really the focal point of the offense this year, 88 carries, 597 yards, 6.8 yards a carry. So he averaged 7 yards a carry. He still got 11 touchdowns, and he's still averaging 150 yards a game right now. So I do give the slight edge to the Buccaneers in their run game, and the reason why I do that is because I do think they have the capability of making a Cardinals have to stop anywhere between 30 to 40 carries if need be, and they can do it with Ronald Jones alone. And now they also still got Nyheim Hines, who's a year into this offense, and then the big power back Bus Bettis over here, rookie. He's really not 2 carries on a year. He does have a touchdown, but they can go to him and allow him to wear on you, especially in the ring, where they can just lean on you for 3 or 4 yards a carry. So I do get a slight edge there. When you look at the Cardinals, you got to go back to their receivers. Their receivers have been lights out all year. They have a bunch of 1,000-yard guys in there at their receiver core, but the guy that's stepping into the forefront, I know he doesn't have the most catches on his team or the most touchdowns, but Sheldon Work is starting to become the #1 receiver over here for the Cardinals. And we saw this last year. We knew, he played a lot of slot. It really was their third receiver, and he had a spectacular year in that third receiver role. Well, this year, the offense opened up more to him, and the more they get to use him at the 1 or the 2, the more Rondale Moore can really do what he does best on a football field, which is be a playmaker. They can give him handoffs. They can give him bubble screens. They could throw outside wide receiver screens. So they could do so much with this kid with his hand in the ball, because he averages 10.2 yards a catch. 10.2 yards after the catch. So run after the catch. Last year he had a 10.2 average clip. So that's the first down every time he touched the ball. So they can do more gadget things with Rondale Moore with the emergence of Sheldon Wark right now. Isabella's always still solid, although his touchdowns are down right now. That one at this point last year, he had about 9 of them things. And then the tight end, King James, they got the tight end over as well, who's the problem. So all these guys have been 1,000-yard players over here, or even more 2,000-yard players over here. So, but again, you talk about this passing game, and you got to talk about the Florida rain. You know what I'm saying? They're in a heavy downpour. That Florida weather is tricky over there. The wind start blowing in one direction in the middle of the game. By the time you get 3 minutes in, it's blowing in a different direction. So we got to see how well, the Cardinals are able to use their entire offense in this game right now. If it gets down to a muddy game where they got to smash mouth football each other, I get a heads up to the Bucks because of the offensive line, and they've done this before, so I give it to them. Now on the defensive side of things, I talked about, when you think about defense, you don't really understand how good the pass rushers became for the Arizona Cardinals. Flat out, at the end of the year, they got 2 X Factor DNs coming off the edge and the X Factor D tackle, and those 3 guys alone cause havoc themselves. Bottom line, again, the Buccaneers offensive line can hold up. Last year they did a really good job against J.J. Watt. Now J.J. Watt is in the middle, but he has Vicky D and Jeremiah Cumberland. Both these guys are at X Factor abilities now, so they can cause problems on that edge. And the Cardinals are going to need these guys to play well, not just getting after the quarterback. They're going to have to play well in a run game. They haven't really been tested since the Bucks played them second season, like way back in like week 4. They haven't really been tested on the ground. Guys ain't really lined up and give them a run game that the Bucks can see. We thought we would see that in the Super Bowl, and they didn't get that. So we got to see if these guys can stand up against the run. We know J.J. Watt can, but can Vicky D and Cumberland do it? One of them got 3 sacks, the other one got 2 on the year right now. As far as tackle for losses, they 3 for Cumberland, 1 for Vicky D. So those X factors up front, the 3 X factors on the defensive line. What can they do in this game? Are they gonna have to transfer their balance? They're gonna go from running on their toes and attacking quarterbacks to playing on their heels and trying to stop the run game. Simple as that. On the other side of it, you got the Bucks. Their strength is in their linebacker core. Bottom line, their linebacker core is disrespectful. They built this linebacker core through free agency. And what was already on their team, and all they did was get better at that position. They got a young rookie playing at the defensive line. They got still some young gunners there. Vita Vea is a monster in the middle, but outside of that, I think their situation comes from their linebacker core. And then Barrett got moved down to a rush end now, so he's not playing linebacker. He's hand in the dirt, and I think that helps them because they got a veteran there with ability. So this D-line, this front 7 is pretty good, but the linebacker core is flying around. They got the speed, they got the awareness, they got people that done it for a while. So when it comes down to play rec and things like that, these guys can play football. So this is going to be a dogfight of a game right now, in my opinion.
It's our D-backs, man. We try to create turnovers and interceptions. So.
Yeah, we care about what we know that's the best on your team right now, and that's that linebacker core. Them DBs got to prove something to me, because it ain't going to be that type of game. It's a rain game. What can they do in a rain game if it's a disadvantage, in my opinion? You don't think so? You don't think that
No, for sure.
The big uglies got to be the guys just yet today? Like, what I'm saying? In this game, it got to be the big uglies and those linebackers. But when it come down to the linebackers, the Buccaneers linebacker core is better. Cardinals have Isaiah Simmons, who's an athlete at that linebacker. They got a young linebacker, rookie Jess Griffin, that's going to be playing in the game, a game of this magnitude for the first time. So you got some things over there. And both of their secondaries are solid as hell. They got really good guys on the edge that can play corner, from cornerback 1 to 3. And then the safeties are really good. Both of them have really good safeties in the Buda Bay, and a young safety out of for the Cardinals, number 4. I can't remember his name offhand right now. Let's see if I can find his little ass. Croswell, there you go. All right, and then you got the Bucks. They starting the young rookie. Palomalu is in the building now. Yo, I changed his face complexion and hair. You see, he got the Palomalu hair now.
No, I even peeked, but I appreciate it, Dave. Yeah. I swear.
So you got the young Palomalu over, and Rob laughing. Got all these damn Pittsburgh Steelers images in Florida right now. All right, so again, you got the young safeties. The kid Miles is trying to develop even more. He played pretty solid last year. He's a year in the system right now, and then they got another rookie back there. So two very young safeties back there. Their job will be very hard for them. Again, I think they will be helped out with the rain, but they got a tall task right now, and you're asking these cornerbacks to show that they can handle these receivers, especially with the emergence of Sheldon Ward. So I like this game as a matchup, man. It comes down to ball control, who turns the ball over the most, in my opinion. I'm not picking a winner of this game at all. What I'm saying is I'm giving you the goods and the goods for both teams, what they both can do really well, and where they are at, and how this game could possibly go with the rain and the way it's supposed to be raining out there. I do think we're going to see a heavy run game on both sides of the ball. You can see a lot more running out of both teams. Because I'm going to be honest with you, you can't get into a run game with the Bucks. they're used to doing it. They're used to 40 carries. They're used to 30 carries. They're used to doing that. And the problem with that is, if now the rain can cause turnovers, but they got ball carriers that's really not turnover friendly. They don't give the ball up over there when they run. So the what can't happen for the Cardinals is they can't be getting ran on, and then they still want to be throwing the ball. Next thing you know, they created 2 or 3 interceptions, and the Bucs aren't giving you turnovers back. And if that happens, I think the Bucs gonna win this ball game like that. Now, but the problem is, the Cardinals built their run game over there. They GM'd their asses into some running backs over there, and their running back was a 2,000-yard back as well, and we know he can tote that rock as well. So if they can get him going over there, you're gonna see it back and forth. Both of these guys are in a mood to be on some. They want to throw the ball. Both teams, believe me. So I think we're gonna see some things that play action game, and some things where they take a shot or something. A big plays can happen. So. That game is off the charts to me. Now I want to get to that New York Giant and that Broncos matchup, right? So what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna go to the Broncos first, right? And I want to get to that matchup. All right. So Tua's over here. First of all, if the trade rumors is real, I heard Kellen Mond was on his way to Denver, Colorado. Anybody else can confirm if that's true or not? I gotta get Raheem Skadimes on his job. All right, no problem. Well, Tua's here now. Sucks because Tua been getting traded since he got in the league. He ain't had a chance to do shit. But anyway, he's over here and he's having a good year right now. 14 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 80%. So I don't understand that move unless you just want a mobile quarterback that got more wheels than Tua right now, because Tua's playing at a high level, and he got his team 4-0. They 303 yards a game right now. He's only been sacked 7 times, 13.5 yards per play. So he's playing well over here. And then you got Dangerous over there for the Giants. And I'm not going to match up these quarterback issues because I do think the quarterback battle is already won when it comes down to New York. I just think they have the better quarterback because he's the more experienced quarterback. And then there's Saquon Barkley and still up and coming Javonte Williams. 59 carries, 284 yards, 4.8 yards a carry, and 2 touchdowns. But we know the Broncos really don't want to lean on running backs. What they want to do is they want to throw their offense on the field, and they want to play methodical and get up and down the field and take what you give them and dot you up, along with sprinkle the run in to make you have to stay balanced. But when it comes down to this game and it comes down to the Broncos, honestly, it comes down to the defensive secondary, in my opinion. All right, we know Von Miller has 8 sacks on the year. That's part of that secondary play. He's going to get to the quarterback, and he's going to do it at a high level. It's Von Miller right now. I don't think nobody else on the team. Bradley Chubb, 3.5. Griffin, 2. Kalaja Cansey, defense end with 2. But it really Von Miller. Can they Ron Stanley hold up with Von Miller? That's going to be the matchup on the front 4. All right. But the secondary, the no-fly zone secondary for the Broncos matching up against the NWO. That's the matchup of this game. Wide receivers versus DB, simple as that. From Caden Stearns at the safety position, who's playing at a high level. You got sub safeties like Monte Nicholson, who resurrected his career over there. You got Patrick Surtain. You got Kerry Vincent Jr. You got Julian Blackman over here. You got young Keon Trapp over here, rookie corner. That's going to play for them this game. You got T. Green, you got Wiggins. This secondary got a bunch of safeties and a bunch of DBs, corners, and it's a no-fly zone for a reason. And on the flip side of it, you look at the Giants, they're loaded at the receiver position. Simple as that, right? They're really good at the receiver position, actually. And the matchups is going to be who's playing who. Russ flings that ball around. We know that Saquon Barkley is the X factor of this game by far. He'll be the difference maker. He'll be the deciding factor who wins this game. But you got DK Metcalf. You got the young Terry Toomer who redshirted last year off a practice squad. Now he's playing. You got Kadarius Toney, who we saw the last time I actually watched this team play against the Eagles. That's who I watched him play against last. He went dummies. You got young Shockey over here. You got Laviska Shenault out the backfield at the fullback position. You got 2 tight ends over here, Ingram, and then you also got Barkley that can play out the backfield, but you still got John Ross over here. Now, Kenny Galladay doesn't play at all. And he's sitting on the ability. I don't understand why he's not on the field. But again, their receivers: John Ross, DK Metcalf, Kadarius Toney, Terry Toomer. Those 4 receivers are really good receivers, and they're going to be matched up against really good DBs right now. So the winner of those matchups, along with the matchup between Ronnie Stanley and Von Miller, is going to determine this game, with the X factor being Saquon Barkley. So this is going to be a really good football game right now. If I'm the Broncos, Rob, you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you in the game?
Not yet.
All right. If you're the Broncos, what one of your corners would you be locking up on DK Metcalf, where you want to be on the same side? Maybe if you're still playing zone and all that, whatever you're playing, you don't have to play man-to-man all game long or whatever. But who you want really being more responsible for DK Metcalf? Is it Patrick Surtain or Kerry Vincent?
Which one's faster?
Kerry Vincent.
Kerry Vincent.
I like the height matchup between Surtain and him.
I do like the height matchup, but like something about the speed and separation be crazy. Like, I mean, the height matchup for the jump balls is cool, but Max don't throw a lot of jump balls. So like he's looking to get him like 10 steps ahead of you, and he's locking that shit up. So,
ooh, baby.
That's tricky.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. But my question is, if you match speed, is DK the fastest receiver on this team? 97 speed, 94 excel. That's what we're looking at with DK.
Tony, Ross, he got speed everywhere.
Tony, 94, 95.
I would have to time on him.
John Ross has 1 catch on the year for 22 yards, and he's a 97-97, which I would think Kerry Vincent will be covering him, but it doesn't look like he's active in their offense this season right now. So it's looking like you got to deal with Metcalf, Toomer, and Kadarius Toney. I mean, all of them with 94 or above speed right now. So you got the right corners over there. I think the rookie is going to play. He's going to be matched up on one of these slot guys right now. So maybe that might be Toomer, Toney, or Ross. But this matchup is going to come down to, which secondary is going back, because I'm showing you the Giants receivers, but the Broncos don't have a light group of receivers. They got a bunch of dogs over here at the receiver level too. And then here's my thing. Von Taylor and the boys at linebacker, are they ready for the 2 tight end system that they got over here with Noah Fant and Alberto? All right, so they can go 12 personnel. They can go 2 tight ends. They can do all types of shit if they want, right? Noah Fant. They got Jerry Jeudy still here. CeeDee Lamb over here. They got KJ Hamler over here. They got receivers. Cortland Sutton is still here, although he's only had 1 catch this year. And again, tight end Alberto. Both these tight ends run over 87 speed, so you almost got 90 speed tight ends, 2 of them. So this offense is just as receiver group is just as explosive. And then again, it's the secondary. You got old man Gilly Lock over there with Adoree Jackson on contract year right now. You got Rodarius Williams. You got a bunch of matchups all over the place, both of these teams, and I think that's where we're going to stay at on the back end. The wide receivers for both teams versus the DBs for both teams right here. With that being said, the flinging is going to happen, but which running back will have the better day, in my opinion, could change this ball game. So if Saquon come out and had a better day on the ground, that might be the reason why the Giants win. And if Javonte Williams can come out and have the better day on the ground, that will be the reason why the Broncos can win. So this is a hell of a matchup, and I like it. And I don't know, I'm not picking winners. I'm just showing you the pluses of these guys playing. When it comes down to the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals, you look at one thing. Let's go look at the Bengals defense right now, and then I'm gonna go over here to some things real fast. So let's take a look at it. Alright, so tied for first in the league with turnovers as far as interceptions. You got the Broncos and the Bengals are tied for first. So I don't know what the Bengals did this year in their secondary, but they're getting a lot of turnovers right now, and 19 of them could be the front end of their schedule and who they played or whatever, or maybe they just got that good all of a sudden, right? And when you think about the Baltimore Ravens, the matchups between the Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens, I don't know what we looking at in the secondary. I think they're just playing good team football when it comes down to the Bengals, right? Because give me a second. You know what? I'll make it easier. I'll do it like this. AFC North. Let's go to the defense over there. Alright, so when you look at the Bengals, let's look at turnovers right now. Alright, so they got a young rookie at safety right now, with Smoochie Wallace, with 8 interceptions right now. And they got another safety with 5. So their interceptions are coming from their safety play. Their best corner right now is a Woozy with 3 interceptions right now. I don't know if we're gonna see any more. Got to go too far, Lamont Wade. So they getting their turnover through their safety play right now. So that means guys is trying to go up top on these guys, and they're not hearing that shit. All right, because 8 and 5 picks is a lot between 2 safeties. When you look at that, on the flip side of it, you got Chase, Jamar Chase, and you got C. Randy Moss Johnson over there as well, the 6'6" freak over there, right? But I do think the Bengals are trying to run the ball with their top 10 pick, Herrera. So I think he'll play a big part, and I think he's going to touch the ball somewhere between 20 to 25 times, if not 30 times. So that's going to be the play. And then you got to deal with the Baltimore linebacker core when you are running the ball. But in the passing game, I think, matchups, Humphreys is not here anymore. Their shutdown corner is in Cowboys Nation. They in Austin right now. And the next man up is, we're trying to figure out who it is. Is it Sean Wade? Is it AI over there? Who knows? Third event, you got the young rookie Martin Johnson over there at corner. They got, their safety plays pretty solid right now between the rookie Najee Israel. Steiner's still here, Captain Baltimore. So this matchup is going to be crazy. I think the passing game matchup, honestly, these corners, we saw them play a lot of man against the Cardinals and they wasn't successful. So do they do that again? Do they play man-to-man, a lot more man, or do they stick to that? I mean, at the end of the day, playing that man got their safeties with 8 and 5 interceptions. But do they continue to play man after the game they had last night against the Cardinals, where, the Cardinals coach quarterback threw almost 8 touchdowns, I think it was, over there in that ball game. So I don't know if they planning on playing the same type of defenses, or maybe they just felt like they had they just wasn't on their game, or whatever the case may be. So I don't know if they're going to do that or not. But what I do know is the production over here, when it comes down to the rushing game, you would think the kid Fields will be the guy, but really it's Aaron Herrera. He has 3 more carries than Casey Fields, and he has almost 100 yards more than him, right? 7.9 yards a carry, 8 touchdowns. He averaged 152.5 yards a carry. Fields is at 74 for 534, 7.24 touchdowns and 132.5 yards a game. So they're both of these guys are 100-yard backs each game they've played in already. So it's going to be the battle of the running backs between KC and last year's newcomer and this year's newcomer, Aaron Herrera, right now. Again, he put a lot on the running back. On his running back, because he drafted him number 10 overall. So, I don't know if he paid attention to how, well, they kind of built the same, 5'10", 225. Did he pay attention to, Casey Fields' year last year and went and got him a similar type back? What's the case? I don't know, but we know he's going to get the football. Then when you look at the receiving game over here, Hollywood, and you can't find their next receiver. You see Randy Moss, 19 catches, he averaged 329 yards right now, only 4 touchdowns. We are having a little bit more success with Marquise Brown. Bateman is in the building, so you get to find the next Bengal. It's going to be a little bit Jamar Chase. Now, Jamar Chase got 12 catches for 152 yards, but he's a dog. You cannot, look at that and be like, And they do got a solid tight end, Eric Cordova from last year, who's in his 2nd season. So the matchup here, to me, I think it'll become who stops the run better in this game, because this is a bad weather game as well. This will be a heavy rain game. So it's really who stops the run when it comes down to this matchup right here. Going forward. So again, you got the Bengals versus the Ravens, you got the Giants versus the Broncos, and you also have Tampa Bay and the Cardinals matched up to play each other in that game, right? Fellas, Diaper Dandies right now. Let's see who young guys are playing. They're playing well right now. I'm looking for rookies and who's stepping up right now, right? We do have a young diaper dandy, Jerry Bradshaw, but he redshirted. This is his first year on the field, though. But he redshirted. Same with Brett Williams, second year on the field. He's playing at a high level. You got these guys in the top 10 when it comes down to yards right now. Are we going to find a rookie quarterback, though? I don't think so. I think GETA Styles, our young guys are still playing well from last year, but we don't have a rookie quarterback that's up here in yards. You're not going to find a rookie quarterback in touchdowns. I mean, I don't think there's a lot of quarterbacks that's rookie starting this year. We seen Buffalo starting a rookie, right? That's why Josh Allen was on the block. We know the Cowboys drafted the first quarterback in the draft. So we understand that he's playing right now, but we're not going to see him up there with stats right now because they're building right now. I don't think he's comfortable yet inside this system to be able to really start throwing 4 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, things like that. But the Cowboys are winning though, and they win at a high level right now. They bet a big game against the Patriots last night that they pulled off. And they used that heavy run game over there. So I'm not sure if there's any other rookie quarterback starting. I know the kid over there in Washington got to play early, but I don't think he's the starter over there. I think Doolittle's still the starter over there. So there's not a rookie quarterback in this draft class. After we had 10 of them starting last year, there's not one starting that we should talk about at all. Now, as the season go along, I think we will be talking about the Cowboys quarterback because he's really the only one that's going to be starting. I think the Bills quarterback is starting, forced to start. They handed the keys to him, but I just don't think he's, I don't think he was supposed to be starting. That's what I'm saying right there. There you go. It seems like he's not. It don't seem like he's ready. I don't know. But give us some insight on GDK though, man. GDK, is he just is he splitting time? Is he just depending on what the game looked like? What's the reason why he was able to play week 1 like that, and then we really haven't seen him go play a full game again?
Doolittle said, he had a little personal issue at home, and we didn't. Really
I heard his wife had 8 kids.
Yeah, so
luckily he getting quarterback money. He could take care of them.
He like to talk to animals, so they we have he had a little personal issue. We didn't get to play much of preseason, so he handed the keys to GDK.
I mean, Raheem Skibibbles was supposed to come on and give us a report over that. What's this? This guy is in D.C. buying wild animals.
He not buying them. They kind of like flock to him. So I don't know. He has like a attraction to animals, and they're just attracted to him. So they just come out of nowhere. So,
he had to sit in the Falcons game because of this. This rumor got really big to the point where it made with all the crooked shit going on in D.C. right now with these politicians, this was heavy news right now. Like, what? I mean, how do you get a giraffe in D.C.?
Oh, he had a hookup. Yeah, he had a little connection with the Lion Jack with the Tiger King. Yeah, him and the Tiger King had a little hookup.
And he buying wild animals right now. And the word is he flew to Africa to go get motherfucking a baby Simba and one of them wild hyenas and shit, and brought them back to Washington D.C. and it got loose. The hyena got loose in Washington.
It's running through Upper Marlboro, so not quite Washington, but it was in Maryland, a suburb of D.C. So he's running all through Upper Marlboro.
Yeah, man, I heard it chased 3 people and shit. They all got away. One of them got bit in the ass. You could tell we smoked purple. So Doolittle sat down. So that was the reason why he got to start against the Falcons.
The Falcons, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, so again, we had some promising young quarterbacks that got drafted. So I'm not saying that this was a weak draft class. It's just when 13 of them get drafted in the first draft, a lot of teams need quarterbacks, and those that need it, some of them are doing the right thing. Like you got Elijah Manning over there, and New York, who's sitting behind a veteran like Russ. You know what I'm saying? He's doing the right thing. They Patrick Mahomes in his ass, where they sitting him down for a year before and let him develop as a student of the game before they throw him into the fire, right? And then you got the Cowboys quarterback who's thrown in the fire, and the Bills quarterback who's thrown in the fire as well. But I do think the Cowboys quarterback will have more success because of what he got around him, the supporting cast around him right now. So when it comes down to the quarterback position, our diaper dandies are they kind of out of the diapers now, so we can't really look at these 1-year players and call them diaper dandies anymore because they not diaper dandies anymore. They got experience now. But when we can look at some of these young running backs in the run game right now, so I'll go to yards first. And we'll talk about how the number 10 hitter, help me out here, the number 10 pick in the draft, Aaron Herrera, 77 carries. He's third on the list in rushing yards with 610. He's averaging 8 yards a carry with 8 touchdowns, 153 a game right now, 1 fumble, 9 broke tackles. Yards after contact, 183 right now. This kid's legit, right?
Definitely. I've seen him a few games he played. You know, I've seen the Cardinals game, and he's got the ability to get loose. And when he's loose, he's hard to track down.
No doubt, no doubt. So we got a guy that's making his name in the league early right now. And it's just not a surprise because we're not talking about it more because we saw this same story last year. We're seeing some of these backs come in the league and it's just like, man, they're taking the league over by storm. I think he's on pace, you know, to really have a really good year. He should be a 2,000-yard back if he can keep this up. At 152 a clip, he's definitely 2,500. As we go down, all right. I know he's not a diaper dandy, but what was the decision for you guys to come in? And although he doesn't have a lot of carries, I mean, we see some guys with 80 and 95 carries already. But Antonio Gibson is the focal point of the Washington football team offense this year. What was the reason you guys focused on him, and now he's averaging 146 and a half yards a game?
He just been he worked out a lot during the off season, and then he had to sit down with the coach and said he feels like he's been underutilized, and we didn't want him to feel, you know, or make us feel ungrateful. So, you know, we just been handing the ball, and he's been making it work for him. So, you know, gotta grease the wheel when it's squeaky.
No doubt, no doubt. All right, our next diaper dandy on here is a Nasir Dale, another one of those big backs, 225. He's averaging 127.5 yards a game, and he might be like in the top 3 touchdown wise right now. None of us saw him coming. He was a late pick too. He honestly, to me, this was a steal of the draft. One of the steals of the draft, not the steal of the draft. Mello Horn going to the Vikings was crazy. That was one of the like, oh God, he went. I didn't think he would go that fast, but he did. But let's go look at Nasir Dale for a second. Little bald-headed ass. He look like motherfucking Charles Barkley. Little ugly face ass nigga. 4th round, pick 3. So, you know, he's a 4th round back. I think he went a little later. I thought he was a 3rd round talent. Let me get back to my running backs from my NFL. We want rushing yards, my bad. Alright, so obviously, to me, with 81 carries already in 4 games, this guy took Alvin Kamara's spot. And he's the bell cow over there right now with 510 yards, 6.3, 10 touchdowns, 127.5 yards a game. So we got 2 running backs, 2 diaper dandies balling right now, Aaron Herrera and Nasir Dale. As I go down this list, am I going to find another rookie? I don't think so. So I'm going a little too far down. All right, so they the 2 diaper dandies that's balling out as running backs in the league right now. How about the diaper dandies at the receiver position? Now, we should see a lot of them over here as we go through it right now. As far as catches wise, no. So we go to yards next. We had some good guys that we were already talking about what happened to them. So Hollywood, Metcalf, Hopkins, Waddle, the veterans, and those young gunners that were, you know, that are 2 years removed from being rookies are balling right now. But here we go. Jermaine Pierre. Mr. Pierre.
Yeah, Pierre.
15 catches. This guy almost averaging 30 yards a catch right now. Hit 110.3 yards a game. Only 3 touchdowns, but he's showing his presence over there along with that big body tight end they got over there that's balling. So, you know, at 6'5", man, 190 pounds, 441 yards. This guy is nice, great speed. We talked about it, when I talked about him on Diaper Dandy show. The rookies, 93 speed, 94 excel, 97 special catch right now. Is this guy really who he is, or he's a product of where he's at?
Well, his first 2 games he came out, he was touching the ball a lot and he put up a lot of numbers. And then these last 2 weeks they kind of went away from him. He hasn't put up any production. 43 and 49 the last 2 weeks. I mean 43 and 39 the last 2 weeks. 2 and 3 catches a game.
Do we criticize him for that? He is a rookie and he's going to have those type of games up and down year, or you know what I mean? Or did those first couple of games make us feel like this guy is it over here for them?
You might have to go to the quarterback. The quarterback did. He's been going back to this same target every game, and you kind of key on that on defense, and I think that's might be hurting the Chargers right now.
Yeah, their offense runs through their tight end, and they go to him everywhere, red zone, away from the red zone, all that. And I thought this would be a great counter piece. I do think they got to get back to getting this guy involved in the offense, because it takes pressure off the tight end after make plays, and guys gonna have to cover the whole field instead of just having to cover that tight end area. But we like Mr. Pierre. He has the potential, as long as he averages 110 yards a game right now, he has the potential to be really solid for this team. As we looking for any other rough rookies right now, you got Dean McDuffie, 22 catches, 387 yards. He's averaging 17.6 yards a catch, 96.8 yards a game, and 3 touchdowns right now. I don't think we've seen this coming. 6'4", 225 out of LSU for the Pittsburgh Steelers right now. He's superstar. What is he? Speed, 93 excel. So another big body receiver right now with his special catch. 95 special catch, release 88. How you like this receiver? Big body with the 25 on right now.
He's nasty. He's a dog. Putting up numbers all season. 5 and 6 catches a game, win or lose. So yeah, he might be a problem in the future.
And he's a diaper dandy, baby.
Diaper dandy.
All right, so we got a rookie tight end plan right now. Dom Quincy at 6'5", 255 with 377 yards and 4 touchdowns. He's almost 100 yards a game too, 94.3 at the tight end spot for the New Orleans Saints right now. The New Orleans Saints just keep getting that quarterback GETA Styles weapons right now, and these guys producing, because not only is Joe Juwan playing, that played well last year, that had all them damn yards, they got number 7 that's playing at a high level for them right now. And then the tight end, the rookie tight end. So they got, a 1-year, second season receiver playing well, and they got the tight end balling right now. So there's the diaper dandy for you again. I'm not going to keep looking for diaper dandies once we get this far down, so we'll get out of it right now. Defensively, what diaper dandies are balling right now. So we're looking at tackles. So let's go total tackles right now and see if we got any young boys balling. Yes, we do. Ty Herbert. So the Lions picked linebackers 2 years in a row. They are building this team over here right now. 38 tackles, 2 tackles. I mean, shit, is he playing better than the number 1 overall pick from last year right now at this point? I would say yes. He got better numbers than he had last year at this point.
Who is his number 1 pick? J.R. Nixon?
Yep, J.R. Nixon.
J.R. Nixon. Yeah, he's outshining them right now.
Yeah, sure.
But that's a good combination to put
or
together.
Is it the fact that he's the man in the middle JR was the outside linebacker?
I mean, that could be it, but this is a stretch left, stretch right league.
Right.
So for the middle linebacker to be making all the tackles and only a half a sack away is big.
Yeah, it's big. Can somebody send Shoguns an invite, please? Yeah, so alright, so we got a diaper dandy at the middle linebacker spot. Let's keep going, looking through some of these rookies and see who's diaper dandying it up right now. Hit it real fast though. Jamin Davis, do you feel like he underrated? Do you feel like he's a better linebacker than the league, the credit the league giving him right now? Because we haven't talked about him.
No, he's what he is.
I thought he was a dog, but okay, I hear you. Alright, so tackles, we going down. We haven't found nobody else.
You don't need to be on nobody's radar.
Alright, so let's go look at tackle for losses right now to see if we can find any diaper dandies in the building right now. Again, Saragusa is in his second season with 14 tackle for losses, but he's not a diaper dandy anymore. He has experience. That Carmichael. Mellow Horn, to me, the still of the draft. Look, hitter. Mellow Horn, I told you Mello had problems, right? He was first round talent. it went to from a first round talent, the best player in the draft, actually, to not thinking he wasn't going to get drafted. He got cleared at the right before the combine and all that stuff happened to be able to participate and all that stuff. All his charges did go away, and what hurt him was those charges and shit. And this guy, he had attempted murder charge and shit that he wasn't even nowhere near the situation at all. And we think it was a GM host. We think somebody paid somebody to put a story out on this guy to drop him all the way out down there to not being drafted. Somebody thought they was going to get an unrestricted, an undrafted rookie and be able to plug and play. So with that all being said, and his charges are away right now, knowing he was one of the best players in the draft, was this a steal for the Vikings to go ahead and still draft him in the top 15?
Yeah. It's a top 10 talent right here. 6'8", 345 pounds, that is.
Boy, fucking monster. Let's take a look at Melo. He about to unlock too. Melo, 99 strength because he got a +3 on him right now. Now he's losing some games right now, so he's down to an 80 block shed. So he actually was 82. He was 84 power move, 79 finesse, 75 speed at 6'8". 300 and what again? 345 pounds. And he's 75 speed, 84 excel. He's a fast guy. 95 hit power, so he's gonna knock your fucking head off. Agility's there, pursuit's there. He's a monster. Bottom line. He's one of those plug and play guys. Again, like you said, he was a top 10 talent. When did he get drafted? I think he did get drafted in the top 10.
I think he fell.
Pick 11. He went one pick outside of the top 10. So yeah. But the Vikings still busted a move and made it, and they made it at a high level on that guy. He's balling right now.
Move.
Funky dope. And still in the draft with 8 tackle for losses right now. Are we gonna find any other rookies right now? You got safety Smoochie Wallace with 5 tackle for losses, so he must be at that sub linebacker position for him to be there. Sack wise right now. Let's see what's going on right now. All right. I'm gonna have to go to the AFC first and make sure we ain't missing nobody. Go to the NFC, making sure we ain't missing nobody. Now I can go back to the NFL, and those names should be on the board. All right, bet. All right, so we're looking for rookies right now. There we go. Derek Ryans, outside linebacker, 6'4", 230, 6 sacks on the season for the Falcons right now. What do we know about this kid?
Who's this?
We're talking about Derek Ryans, left outside linebacker for the
nothing
Falcons.
right now.
He does have 6 sacks on the year.
Yeah, I don't remember him in the game.
That's why I asked you, because I know you played this team. But we're looking at a guy with 92 hit power, 88 speed, 89 excel, 89 pursuit. So that pursuit tells me he can get after it right now. Obviously it's the scheme, and I think he's in a good scheme, because right now the scheme fits him to get to the quarterback 6 times in 4 games right now. So there's a diaper. Is he a diaper dandy though?
I would say so. 6 sacks for a rookie is pretty good in 4 weeks.
Yeah. I agree. So also got Evan Ware.
Oh yeah, he had a sack in my game, and 2 against the Buccaneers. 3 against the Bucks and 2 against the Colts.
Oh yeah, so he's getting there. He's getting after it right now,
man.
He's
getting after it.
All right, so let's slide to the Bengals, right outside linebacker, Evan Ware from Penn State. Another one of them guys that could have been a 2nd round pick, a high 2nd round, or even a 1st round pick. I don't know when did the Bengals get this kid, but he got 5 sacks on the year right now with the number 5 on. So let's see where they got him at. 5th round. This kid dropped to the 5th round. He was a 2nd round talent in my opinion, and went in the 5th. So this was a steal for the Bengals in my opinion. And he's playing at a high level. I mean, the Bengals done this twice. They had a kid last year at the DN spot, and Quavo, who had led the league in sacks, and right now they got an outside linebacker who's stepping into that role for the Bengals that's getting to the quarterback right now. Also, P.D. Boulware, the number 5 pick in the draft with 5 sacks right now, the fastest DN in the draft. Sitting here with 5 sacks right now. Diaper dandy for sure. He's splitting time at the DN, and he got 5 sacks, so that tells you what he can do. Are we looking at any other rookies? Jamie Spings, 4.5 sacks right now. For the Lions that have Jamie Spings at 6'7", 264. He was definitely a 1st round. They graded left end, 4.5 sacks. This kid is on Superstar, so we know he's going to be a monster once he unlocked. 4.5 sacks. You like what he got going on right now for the Panthers? Spings. So obviously he got picked early. I think this was the first overall pick, bro. Actually, this was the first overall pick. Let's take a look at his big lip ass. He got a big ass bottom lip. Haba yubi doobie wabba feeby gibby. I'm a doobie fabba motherfucker gubber. Fabba yubi tuba motherfucker gubber. Watch when I show his picture, his lip big as hell. Oh my god. Where he at? Let me get him. We gotta get a close up. Look at his bottom lip. Look at his bottom lip. He got a hobby yubi doobie wabba feeby gibby bee.
Did that on purpose?
I don't know. His fucking lip big as hell at the bottom though. He got a but he's the number 1 overall pick. I know that much. So Hitter, let me ask you, Shoguns, what's up, baby? My nigga Shoguns is back in the building. Real talk coming soon tomorrow.
What's good?
Tackle for loss 3. All right, so look, man, how you feel about the number 1 pick of the draft, man? Jamie Spings, 13 solos, 18 total tackles, 3 tackle for losses, 4.5 sacks at defensive end. As the number 1 overall pick in the league, do you feel like he's living up to that number 1 standard right now in 4 games? I mean, he got 4.5 sacks in 4 games.
You asking me?
Yeah, Gun. I'm asking you. I'm asking Hitters. I'm asking anybody to chime in and let me know that's the number 1 pick playing up to that level.
What was his overall ranking in the draft? Because I remember when he was drafted, I thought that they could have got him later. I thought it was a reach for the number 1 overall.
Yeah, he was like the number 3 overall in defense end, not overall wise, but like he was the number 3 on the board defense end.
Oh, number 3 on the board.
Yeah, he was number 3 at his position. Defense end.
Nah. Oh, hell no. Well, then my suspicion was correct. I mean, he's putting up excellent numbers. I just thought for the 3rd defensive end in the draft, number 1 overall pick, you could have traded back, got more compensation, and still got him even inside the top 15.
I don't even think he would have went in the top 15. I think this guy probably would have made it. The Dolphins went crazy on DNs. In the first round, they had 2 picks. I think he could have made it somewhere between 15 and 25.
Well, I mean, even if that was your target, just to be safe, I would not have gone outside the top 15, and I would have still grabbed him and got further compensation. But, I mean, the numbers are there.
I mean, he's playing right now, man. This guy's, is almost looking like a sack a game right now. That's career stats. So we go to season stats and we check him out right now. So he's had a sack in every game but the Packers game. Week 1 against the Jaguars, he had a sack. Packers, he didn't, and he comes back against the Bears, get a sack, and comes back against the Vikings and get a sack. But that Bears game, he really showed up. 3 solos, 3 assists, 6 total tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 2.5 sacks. So he balled out in that game for sure. To be able to get the Justin Fields 2.5 times, that's a special. Look like he's probably winning his matchup on the line. If another one of these motherfuckers is stuck, I'm gonna snap. But yeah, I do think maybe the Panthers could have did some power move shit and probably still got him. They probably could have. I don't know. This guy could have actually fell to the 2nd round in my opinion.
Well, I mean, the year 2 of the draft was night and day compared to year 1 as far as how the league drafted. So, I mean, who knows? I mean, just like you said, there was certain coaches that were taking certain positions off the board. So, I mean, so we don't know. But I'll just chalk it up to, he's brand new to the league. And he just had to, get a feeling for how to draft.
And probably didn't even have enough. He came in late. Probably just didn't have the time to really look through.
Didn't even have a chance to scout.
Mm-hmm. So, but I do know this is working over there right now. The Panthers front office is not mad that they took this guy number 1.
Nah, I wouldn't be either. Nah, I wouldn't be mad at all.
So he's doing his thing. Diaper Dandy in the building. We do have a Diaper Dandy in the building. Let's get to these sacks and shit right now, man. We'll get right back to it again. We got down here, it's a 4.5. And Spings, let's see if we can find another rookie. I don't think we're going to find one, cuz. No, I'm getting out of the realm now. Now let's go look at the INTs right now. Alright, so Smoochie Wallace. Ty Royal Smoochie Wallace is what he named this guy. 6'2", 215. He has 28 tackles, 5 tackles for losses, 8 INTs. So obviously this guy's playing sub linebacker. Let's dig into. I don't even remember who he was, but he looked like he's about to unlock him too. So I mean, he's playing him everywhere, back safety, sub linebacker, all over the place. Let's dig into him. All right, so he's dealing with a guy with 93 speed. He's dealing with a guy with 92 acceleration, really solid speed at safety. He has elite safety speed actually. 72 zone right now, 75 man, good hit power, 87. Awareness at 74, pursuit at 89, and he's a 78 tackler. So solid guy right here, man. Solid player. Let's see when he drafted him. You know, he had top 10 picks in every round, so let's see where he got him, which one of those top 10s he got him with. No, it had to be a second round pick for him. Yep, second round pick. Now, he had AFC Defensive Player of the Week, week 1, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, week 3, and AFC Defensive Player of the Week, week 4. He's building a catalog right now. Second round, pick 10. Smoochie Wallace, how you feel about him? 8 picks on the league in interceptions right now. Do you think is you know, we should talk about him like, you know, he's the man, or you know, he's playing at that sub linebacker position? Do we get penalized for that, or do we celebrate the 8 picks right now? Or do we, you know what I'm saying? Like, just think about it. Sub linebacker, bro. Safety, bring him down with 92 speed, 93 excel. You got a situation right now at the sub. You got the user. You can run around with the guy. Are we amazed that he got 8 picks in 4 games right now? Or, you know, we expect the guy with that type of speed and size to be able to do that at the sub linebacker position?
No, still, 8 picks in 4 games is still amazing. You know, no matter whether it's a linebacker, sub linebacker. Because he's doing things that you know, corners aren't doing. I mean, it's still hard to be a sub linebacker, to come down and play undersized, and you still have to deal with sometimes with offensive linemen to make it to the second level. So there's still elements to the game of being a sub linebacker that are still extremely hard. You know, you can be fast, but you know, you still sometimes are a mouse amongst men.
Here, Julian. Sorry, buddy. All right, so this is what I'm going to say. Obviously, he got 28 tackles as well, 5 tackles for losses. So it doesn't seem like, you know, him down in the box is hurting him. It seems like he can play that position in the box really well, right? And then in the passing game, he's doing exactly what you put him down there to do, which is, you know, get turnovers, create turnovers at that spot right there. He's making it difficult for guys to do shit. And he's playing at a high level. Now let's break him down individually and see what he did in these games. Thanks, son. Alright, so in the 4 games, let's go. Against the Titans, he had 5 tackles, 2 tackles for losses, 3 interceptions in that game. Steelers, I don't think they even played this game. He comes back in against the Rams, 10 tackles, 3 interceptions. So, you know, 2 of the teams that finished at the bottom of the brackets last year, in the bottom of their divisions, he comes out and he gets 6 picks against those 2 teams. And then against the Cardinals, 6 tackles. You know, they got scorched in this game, gave up 70 plus and over 8 touchdowns from Kyler Murray, but he did get 2 picks in this game right now. So now that we know the level of competition of what he did in those games, how are you? Is he a diaper dandy?
Well, I mean, 6 out of those 8 picks, you know, came early. So I mean, he came out and he made a statement early. Granted the competition, but you know, you still got to perform.
Right.
They're still professionals. But there's definitely been a big drop off after those first 2 games. So, conversation as far as are they the man? I would say no. But I would still keep my eye on him.
Alright, well, that's our report on Smoochie. I do think, I don't care who you playing, if you line up and playing a game, You know, you want to be throwing fucking 10 picks a game in one game, that's on you. But you're lining up, like you said, they're professionals. They're lining up, they're coaching their teams, they're controlling their teams, and they're donating. So if you want to donate, well, Smoochie's doing it from the linebacker. So you throwing right to his user. Simple as that. But I do think he's a diaper dandy. 8 interceptions in 4 games is really impressive, no matter where you at. Me personally, I penalize guys a little bit, bringing them down, them safeties down in the box at sub linebacker, and they get a lot of interceptions from that sub linebacker spot. I don't respect that the way I do if they sitting back deep and they doing that shit. All right, so the next rookie is Kai Foe with 5 interceptions. He's another one of those can play in the box guys, 6'3", 217 pounds out of Penn State right now. This kid was a monster. This was the #1 safety in the draft. X Factor. He comes out on X Factor. It was only 2 safeties that came out on X Factor. And we had about 3 that came out from free to strong that came out on Superstar. So we had a total of 5 ability guys that came out of this draft. Here's one of them. 4 tackles, 5 interceptions. Let's see what he's done in each game so far. He played the Colts. He had a tackle for loss, 5 tackles, and INT. Against the Dolphins, he had 7 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, no picks. He played the Eagles, big time game, 1 tackle for loss and 3 interceptions, and then against the 49ers he had a pick as well. Are we looking at a diaper dandy? First round pick 15. He went the top 15. He rightfully so, because I thought he was another one of those top 10 players. He was somewhere between 10 and 11 in my opinion. He could have won the first 10 picks. He's that good. I think the numbers right now and what he's doing now. My question is he back deep or is he playing a sub linebacker? Because again, that matters to me. You know, seeing what a safety can really do. Safety are, guys that play deep, but you do got these guys that can play strong safety. They come down and play really well in the box. I guess some sub linebacker is doing exactly that. He does have 28 tackles, 4 tackles for losses. So all that rings to me is that he's at the sub linebacker position. I'm quite sure if we went to his depth chart that we would see him sitting right there. And the advantage is you got a guy down there sitting with really good speed. So he's somewhere between like 93 speed, 91 speed, 92 excel, 94 pursuit though. That pursuit up +3 right now. But he's a monster. You got to play him in the box with 95 hit power, right, Guns?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You definitely got to give him. And yeah, I'm looking at him in the depth chart, and he is there, sub linebacker. So he's definitely ball out of control. Diaper dandy for sure.
Young Foe has been not only drafting some talent, got that talent playing for him right now. He's been balling, bro. Appreciate what he got going on right now. So we come out of here and we're looking at interceptions and we keep going. Now I'm just going to make a statement real fast. Antoine Brooks really resurrecting his career in Washington. So then we keep going and looking at diaper dandies and we keep finding any. I don't think we're going to find any more. Starting to see a bunch of veterans out here. So INT wise, there are 2 diaper dandies in the secondary right now. Yes sir, I don't see no more. We do got some hold up, man, we missing a guy. I know we missing something. Here we go. Let's look at that AFC. Here we go. Alright. Diaper dandy right here, Najee Israel. Here's another X Factor, one of the 2 X Factor safeties that came out the draft. Shogun, this guy don't play in a box. He's absolutely a free safety. He plays back deep. 18 tackles, 1 sack, 4 interceptions right now. Let's look at what he did. As far as coming out wise, what is he? Rating 90 speed, 93 excel, 88 pursuit, 92 hit power, 72 awareness, 70 block shed, 71 zone, 70 man. He got low average zoning man right now. Got to get that developed. This guy haven't had a breakout upgrade yet. It's on his way coming, and it only cost him 4,000. That's a lot for a rookie, but 4,319 points to XP up, and since preseason he hasn't meted that. Why? Because this guy went from a second round pick to drop to the 4th round. He was a red player. Remember when I'll be explaining to guys that those red players, you can play with them if you know what you're doing. You can still play with them, but the build gonna be different. So again, I haven't had one upgrade with this guy yet, and we're going into week 5 right now. So, but now that he dropped, and the way he's playing, he's back deep. He's not at that sub linebacker position. He's too little to be at that sub linebacker position. Are we looking at a diaper dandy right here?
I think so. I got here late on the Diaper Dandies, so I don't know if we're doing Diaper Dandies by position or just by defensive impact. If it's defensive impact, definitely from, and they playing a true position, so I think they are making an impact from where they are.
No doubt, no doubt. Yeah, we just doing it by position. I mean by
Okay.
impact, by impact. I'm looking at stats, like the stats, and seeing who's popping up on there right now. Now, the one thing I will say, and let's make up for it, because against the Cardinals, he had 2 interceptions. Remember, our game didn't record, so he had 2 interceptions in that Cardinals game. All right, so I would say this: in 2 games, 2 computer games, he had a total of 3 interceptions. But again, in my argument, in my case, he had 2 against the Cardinals that got taken away right now. So I think those 2 and 1 against the Browns computer, I think that makes up for the 2 I lost at the Cardinals game. So I say that to say, because I would take a Diaper Dandy title away from him because they 2 computer games right here, 2 and 1. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I know what he did in that Cardinals game. Go back and watch the game film. I still had the broadcast of it and see what he did in that game: tackling, fumble calls, and interceptions. Um, but yeah, so against the 49ers, he only had 2 tackles, but he did have an interception in that game as well. And then again, he had a sack, a tackle, and an interception in one of the Browns computer games. So let's look at the NFC and see if because sometimes when you go AFC, NFC, you can find the true stats. A lot of guys don't get counted for a reason. I don't know why. They just don't. And we don't see no young gunners over there picking the ball off in the NFC like that right now. Look like the AFC got the young talent right now. All right, so at those positions, that's what you're gonna see now. Let's look at the AFC North, and let's look at it as the whole of the AFC North, and let's go right here. Passing leaders in the AFC, your top 3 are Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield, and Sam Russell. Obviously, you know Baker Mayfield's computer situation, and Celerio has 793 yards, 8 touchdowns. Then you go to the run game. The leading rusher in this division is Herrera, with Casey Fields and Najee Harris, along with Nick Chubb, and then rookie income running back Cam Man with 121 yards, 5.8. No rushing touchdowns though, but he does have a receiving touchdown. And the receiving core over here: so Hollywood Brown, Odell Beckham, Dean McDuffie, Randy Moss Johnson, Rashad Bateman, Wes Welker, Pooh Hanna, rest in peace Pooh, Aaron Wesley at tight end, Hooper at tight end, Schwartz on some. So when you look at these guys, got a couple 100-yard games, and touchdown makers over here. You're dealing with Hollywood, Bateman, Pooh, and then you got C. Moss and Jamar Chase. Then there's Duffy. Quickly, sack guys over here. So Oweh has 7, Hammer has 6, and then there's Myles Garrett with 6. P.J. Leonard, the rookie from last year, superstar over here with 5 of them things. Evan Ware, we spoke on him, 5. Peter Boulware with 5. All right, interceptions in this division. We got the interception leader in Smoochie Wallace. Then you got Jesse Bates, who's second on this list. Najee, Denzel Ward, Sean Wade, and so on. Now the AFC South, our interception leaders are Chris Wilcox, the cornerback over in his 3rd season. Obi Melifanu for the Titans is number 3, and number 2 with 2 and going down is Miles Jack and C.J. Henderson. Sack leaders over here right now. You got 4 for Kwity Paye balling out. You got Gabe Coles for the Texans in the 2nd season right now. Justin Smith in the 2nd season with 4. And Justin Matabuke leaves the Baltimore Ravens and goes to the Texans, and he has 3 sacks right now. AFC East right now, let's look at the sack leaders. 5 for J.D. Green. This was the number 1 defensive end last year's draft. Christian Baymore for the tanking New England Patriots, 3.5. And then you got rookie Damon Tucker with 2 sacks, along with Michael Battles, the twin to Tarquan, and then Nick Nasty, 2 of them over there. Young rookie Nick Nasty. I ain't mad at that name. All right, so AFC West. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. I skipped some shit over here for y'all. Sorry, fellas. Our interception leaders over here is Xavier Howard. Guns, just a quick conversation right now. You know, Falk made a point the last night when he was whooping Circum Bob's ass that Ty Gowan is still. Remember we gave him after that rookie year he had as the best corner in the league coming back into second season. Who's the best corner in the league? Is it Xavier Howard or is it him right now?
Wow. If we're just going by the disc, then I would give it to Gowan. I mean, but it's hard because when Xavier Howard as they're doing it, disc after disc, he's a definition of consistency. When it comes to a star corner, I mean, he doesn't disappoint. So I'll probably would still to Xavier Howard though. But it's a 1A1B type of thing right now.
All right, so when you look at
coming on strong.
When you look at 2000, let's look at their seasons, right? 2021 he had 11 picks. 2022 he had 14 picks. He's already off to a high start now, 5 and 4 games. All right, that's through his first 3 seasons. All right, so we're gonna go when we get over there. We're gonna go to Gowan and we'll talk about it. But right now, Howard's that guy over there. So we're gonna go to AFC South. No, I'm sorry, AFC East back. My bad. And I want to go to their offensive stats real fast and look at who's their top quarterback in this division right now. Brett Williams really took over this division. Zach Wilson is here. Bridgewater is playing right now, and then Mike Kemp. But Brett Williams went from the guy we didn't like to the guy that's saying, y'all don't need y'all to like me, just watch my results. And yards right now, and he's also leading in touchdowns. Nobody else is even close to him. 12 touchdowns. He's at 60% too. All the rest of these quarterbacks are outside of Zach Wilson are under 60% as well. So yeah, he's balling. This is his division right now. Rushing yards right now. Obviously, J.K. Dobbins is the guy. Vince Weber with 392. Michael Carter's back with 205. Natron Means goes from Baltimore to Buffalo with 169 yards rushing. Clifton Bingham. Touchdown-wise, running backs, obviously, is that one guy, J.K. Dobbins, and then Weber with 7. So these guys are 2 ballers over here. At the receiver position, I would think it's the kid. Waddle, let's look at the touchdowns. He's light years ahead of everybody else. 7, next person 3 down, 4. And Fuller 4 right now. Yards wise though, let's see who's doing. He's a pass everybody there too. 550 to everybody else is 369, 314, 286, and so on. So that's what they're doing over there. Let's get to the West right now and see what they're doing. Who's the best quarterback in the West? They got some good ones over here. Herbert right now. Tag 2 of Aloha. Patrick Mahomes, and then you got the young guy Tyron Justice and shit. We don't see enough of this kid, but 7 picks ain't working over there. Touchdown makers is obviously Tua right now, 14 and 5. He's 80% on the year right now. Herbert 13 touchdowns, 13 picks, 58%. Got to bring that up. And Patrick Mahomes 11 for 14. Is Patrick Mahomes falling off?
Let me see. What's his current age? I mean, based off of his numbers and his completion percentage, I don't even got to look at it. Yeah, there's definitely a drop off, but I would love to get into it a little bit and understand why. Sometimes it could be the attempts downfield, that used to plague him, or plague this particular coach early. Where overall his career always take a lot of deep shots. No matter what team he's had. So I don't know if it's that or just like in real life right now, Mahomes is struggling because he's out there trying to play hero ball.
Right. And I just think there's too much. He hasn't got back to, like, it's crazy because they got a really good run game and they're giving their running back the production. He is carrying the ball, somewhere between 200 and 300 carries a season, and he's rushing for 1,500 yards plus. So they got the run game there. It's just something about this offense and Patty Mahomes. I think is at the times where he should be taking the checkdowns and things, he still they got the speed out there at receiver, and he just takes too many chances. He plays a lot hero ball, so I don't think he's one of the top tier quarterbacks right now. I think he's surviving because of who they are and that weapon.
That's
right.
Fair.
My nigga a veteran. I fucks with him heavy. So anyway, I like but the quarterbacks over here, all these quarterbacks got ways about them. Tag Tool, they don't ask him to, throw the ball 10 times down the field deep. He's somewhere between check downs to about 15 to 20 yards. He's comfortable with that, and that's why he's at 80% right now. And he's throwing the ball at a high level. 80% completion and 303 yards a game, so 304 yards a game is solid right there. 135.1 QB rating. He's balling. Herbert, I think Herbert, again, I think GETA hit this on a nail right now, and he said, he's forcing it to that guy that had 32 touchdowns last year. And they got weapons around that guy, and I don't understand why they feel like they needed to force it over there. But I think that's Herbert's struggle. He was so successful with the tight end that he became the weapon that they go to. And if you're not, you can't go a game or two where you got a guy catching the ball six to seven times for you in a game to one or two catches because you forcing it to this guy. And now you throwing 5-6 interceptions in a game. We don't see enough of justice to say anything about him. The run game over here is going to be weird. Like I said, look, Hilaire, 59 carries, 455. He has 8 yards a carry and he's 7 touchdowns, 113.8. He's the only running back that has 100 yards a game so far. But the turnover bug is over there in Kansas City. He got 2 fumbles right now. Josh Jacobs, Javonte Williams, Eckler. When it comes down to receivers, let's talk about the guys that got the most catches first. Again, we always say we know what we're talking about when Bryce Moss is leading the team with 20 catches, 329 yards, 16.5 yards a catch, 8 touchdowns, right? Now, when you go from that, let's not ignore the fact that Darren Waller, some of that's computer game, Noah Fant, you got Henry Ruggs, Guyton. Now your next guy catching the ball the most is 16 catches from your running back, and then there's 15 from Jermaine Pierre. Where's what's the guy over there? Where's Allen? Where's Keenan Allen at? X factor receiver over there that played really well for him last year. Where's his involvement at? What's going on over there? Jerry Jeudy, CD Lamb, and Tyreek Hill's down here with 12 catches. Go yards wise right now. Tyreek Hill, 517.
Probably, I suspect that he's probably trying to force feed some of the young guys. Trying to grow them up quicker, and it's probably interfering with Herbert's percentage and his play.
I think so too. Like if I went to his team as a whole, we'll probably see exactly what you're saying right now. Again, Bryce Moss is putting up receiver numbers, and he's the main focus over there. I think he's catching the ball 2.4 yards after contact, though. Run after the catch, 2.4 yards. So he's not explosive there. He's just a big boy that his speed get him downfield. He goes and get the 50-50s, and he's their red zone threat. So I see what you're saying right now. All right, defensively over here, who's doing what? We're gonna go with the tackle for losses, like I did in other divisions. 4 from Diaper, Nick Bolton 4, Shaquem Griffin 4. Sacks right now, I think Von Miller leads that with 8. The next man to him is the Nicholas Amos, the D tackle for the Chargers with 3.5, and Chris Rump with 3.5. Then there's Bradley Chubb 3.5, Post at 3. So the Chargers guys are got 3 different guys with 3 or more sacks. So that's impressive. You got a couple guys getting to the quarterback. They're not doing it at a super high level, but they get in there. And then AntHits. When we see Darwin James up here, I don't know where Darwin's at right now, but there's L'Jarius Sneed with 4. Caden Stearns has been solid his entire time he's been starting 4. Nicholas from that sub package 4. Backman sitting up there with 3. Sampson, a young rookie, 3. We talked about him at a high clip last year. All right, NFC side of things, man. Defensively, the INT start with Jaylon Johnson. I do think he's becoming the Bears' #1 corner over there. Eddie Jackson doing it right now. Aaron Robinson, a whole bunch of Bears getting picks, and then Jerry Jacobs is at 2 right now. And we're talking about sacks. Who get to the quarterback over there at the most? You got that Carmichael, Donnell Hunter, and you got Khalil Mack 2.5, along with Josh Cannon, a young rookie, 2.5, 16 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks. Tackle for losses, Dad Carmichael and Mello, my boy Mello. Hello, Mello, over there putting it in right now. Let's go see what the receivers are doing in this division. And this division, you got Allen Robinson with the most catches, look like 24, and then you got tight end Patrick Barner, the rookie tight end for the Packers with 21 catches. Now yards wise, right now, that goes to Allen Robinson with 467. Darnell Mooney, 310. Then you got T.J. Hockenson, the tight end, and then rookie, young receiver Deion Jones with 240 yards. Devontae Adams still trying to do his damn thing, and then rookie newcomer Anthony Harvin, 224 yards on 14 catches and 3 touchdowns. The touchdown makers over here starts at 5. Allen Robinson, then it's Mooney, then there's Harvin. So the Bears are doing it and doing it at a high level. Okay, NFC South. Alright, so when you go to catches real fast, Jalen Darden has 29 catches for 401 yards. You got Demir Burns. This is the guy I was impressed with. In his second season, he got him balling. 24 catches, 306 yards, 12.8 yards of catching the touchdown. And then there's the Hudson guy. He got 438 and 6 touchdowns. So, you know, he's doing his damn thing over there. Them Saints receivers and Jada Styles is putting in work right now. Because the tight end has 4 touchdowns as well over there. They balling. Who's the run game over here? I think it's that kid, Ronald Jones, obviously. And then you're going to be talking about Nasir Dale. McCoy is Deion McCoy with 428 and McCaffrey with 382. Touchdown makers out the backfield. Here we go. 11 touchdowns for Ronald Jones, 10 for Dell, 5 for McCoy, and then McCaffrey got 3. Quarterback play. Who's doing it? Let's talk about touchdowns first. 13 for Bradshaw, 11 for Styles. 4 interceptions for Bradshaw, 7 for Styles. Barry Strait has 12 picks, 8 touchdowns, and Sidney Cake doing it again. 6 catches, 13 picks. At this point, are we disappointed in Sidney Cake?
Ooh, run those stats one more time. This is through 4 games, right?
Short answer, yes.
6 touchdowns, 13 INTs.
Oh, God, yes. Jeez.
Y'all are donating. Alright, bet I like that. But yeah, he donating a whole bunch of donations, man. Fast as hell, right? Oh my God, just great to say that shit. Definitely did. Don't allow. We looking at Lay's. Picture of Lay's potato chips. All I know is where I came from. You know. It's All right, bro. Sidney Cake. I think the coach for. Can we get an interview with the coach from the Eagles, please? Sidney Cake, 902 yards, but again, he's throwing a lot of INTs, six touchdowns, 13 picks, 59% right now. We need to figure out what's going on with Sidney over there. NFC East, the quarterback play over here, Russell Wilson with Deshaun Watson, 1396, 13 touchdowns, 12 picks. Russell Wilson, 1092, 14 touchdowns, 2 picks, 70% right now. He's playing really well. And then he does this. So this is shit I'll be talking about. You won't ever hear me say that fucking name. Dr. Doolittle, 581, and GDK, 578. Even Young Manning on backup duty has 338 yards passing right now. Touchdown makers right now. You're dealing with 14 from out of Russell. Deshaun Watson with 13. GDK with 9. And I will not. Dr. Doolittle 8. The Cowboys quarterback with 7. Yo, Falky. Running game right now. Who's doing what right now in the run game in the NFC East? 586 from Antonio Gibson. Saquon Barkley second with 492. Then you got Elliott 288, and a young rookie Joey Cummins with 162. Jonathan Taylor's over here with 155. Touchdowns. You got 8 out of Antonio, 5 out of Barkley, and then you got a whole bunch of 3. The receivers in the NFC East right now, catches wise. You got 26 out of Devontae Smith, 20 out of DeAndre Hopkins. Then there's Metcalf with 19, 15 for Demon Time, and then you got Bernard High with 13. All right, so yards wise, we're sitting here with 625 DK, 622 DeAndre Hopkins, 423 Devontae Smith, D Time 309, Bernard High 262 touchdown wise, 8 for DK, 7 for D Hop, 5 for Toomer. High with 4, and then Lauren and Godin and Riaz has 4 apiece. The defense, how the hell slide all the way down the kickers on me? The defense, tackle for losses. Where we at? Let's go. Tackle for losses. We're looking at Chris Barnes, 6 of them things. Micah Parsons, 6. And then Aziz, 3. A whole bunch of 3s after that. Sacks right now. 8.5 out of Aziz. Michael Parsons with 5. Chandler Jones with 5. Josh Sweat 4.5. Jonathan Allen 4. INTs 5 out of Antoine Brooks right now. I'm very impressed with that. Von Teller at 4 and Von Savage at 3, along with Rodarius Williams at 3 and Marcus Peters at 3. And the last division over here, INT wise, starts with Demondior Leonore with 3, Tart with 3. You got Fred Warner with 2. No Sean Wright with 2. Now, you don't see the kid that I was talking about as the best corner in the league over here with interceptions. I don't know if that's a problem in their division or what, but where is he? Guys aren't throwing the ball at this guy. Fuck you, where's Goins at? Does he not have an interception this year? Or those games dropped that he did have interceptions?
Yeah, he had two picks against the Seahawks.
Did he have any against me?
Nah, he had 2 picks against the Seahawks and dropped. Yeah, that was it.
Alright, so old man.
I didn't play Snake. You know, he got a couple there. Yeah, man, it's tough, man. It's tough.
J.J. Watt with 4 sacks, Nick Bosa with 4 sacks, Cumberland with 3, and young Andrew Leonard with 2.5 over here sack wise. I just did interceptions, tackle for losses in this division for Ernest Jones, Devon Gaffney both got 4. You got Christian Upshaw, and then you got Cumberland and Armstead with 3. When it comes down to quarterback play over here, Kyler Murray, only guy with 1,000 yards, throwing 1307. He has 12 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Everybody else has thrown double the interceptions to touchdowns. So let's take a look at it. Daniel Jones has thrown 6 touchdowns and 13 picks. Jonathan Traynor has thrown 3 touchdowns and 13 picks. Trey Lance, 7 touchdowns and 16 picks. So their whole division outside of Kyler Murray has thrown more interceptions than picks. M.F.J. GO23 and seasons 3, week 5 versus whoever you playing. The run game in the NFC West, most start doing the most with 95 carries, 600 plus yards. Then there's Cam Akers with 430, and then Tyson Williams 316. George Nelson, a young back from last year, with 286. Kyler Murray with 129 touchdowns. You got tied for 8 Akers and most start.
You know, rain, baby.
Big time rain too. We were just talking about that. All right, catches. Looks like Rondell Moore with 23, Isabella with 22, Cam Akers out the backfield with 22, Sheldon Ward with 18 yards. You're dealing with Sheldon Ward 383, Rondell Moore 332, George Kittle 252, Isabella 238. Touchdowns right now. 5 Rondell Moore, Sheldon Ward 3. We already said that he definitely the best corner in the game. We definitely saying that the numbers, numbers don't lie, bro. At the end of the day, they don't lie. He had 14 last year and 11 the year before that. He had 5 right now, so we recognize that already. Comes in and plays like the X Factor he is. Howard, he balling the fuck out this year, man. We like him. We like him as the guy right now. All right, so again, 3 touchdowns. Everybody got 3 over here except for Rondell Moore. He got 5 of them things. He said, Gilly Lock begs to differ, but okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know, man. Gilly Lock veteran too, yeah, so I don't know. I think Howard numbers is just ridiculous. Simple as that. You know what I mean? All right, fellas, we're out of here. And it's the Franchise Guru Balling episode. We'll get back to the real talks now that Guns is back. You heard? Holla at us. Tune into that Bucks Cardinals game plan right now.